I'll sit here and, wait for it to be all good. It's like taking forever. And then once that page does finish, if it even does today, then it will link you directly to that page on YouTube where you're streaming. Like, there we go. So it doesn't normally take that quite that long. It does take a good like 30-40 seconds, but so this would be the page on YouTube, and then you would come back over here. And I always just click update notes because I always have notes in there, but you can refresh the page if you don't have anything to save down in the webcasting notes. I just click that for the same reason that you save a Word document 37 times in a row. Like I just don't want to lose it. So now over here, you can actually see, oh, that's the session. You can unmute this. It will get annoying if you do. I recommend keeping it muted. That is actually a really important note. The platform as well will not be muted. I mentioned to you before, we have like a 10-second delay. You can only, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine how frustrating it will be if you are trying to introduce a speaker. You're in the middle of that introduction, and then you get interrupted by your own voice in your headset because you don't have it muted. It's very disorienting. No, you are. So what I'm saying is you definitely want to mute this. Like, get rid of it. Mute it immediately. No, I'm sorry. No. No, no. And you can be muted like on your mic as well. But yeah, so I'm saying you want to make sure that this page here has no volume. You're going to want to make sure that on the virtual platform, on here as well, you want to make sure that has no volume too. You can always like mute the tab if you want, if that's easier. And then this one's typically going to come out paused, but if you want to be extra safe, you can mute that as well. But yeah, it is so disorienting when you forget to mute one of them, and with that lag, with that delay, um it really is like you're going, hello everyone and welcome to hello everyone and welcome, hello everyone and welcome, hello everyone. I'm like, oh my god, please. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little freak out worthy for sure. um so everything's going, it's streaming. Let's say that it's 10:38, and I'm just saying to people, we'll be getting started in just a couple of minutes here. What we do then is, if you've gathered, we like to get the speaker in the Zoom room nice and early so that we have some time to go over stuff before they go live. And then we also go live 5 minutes early. We do that so that the audience can just kind of like sit in the room and chill. We just want to make sure that they get in there and they can like have a couple minutes to set up, get comfortable, get their notebook out. So we'll push live 5 minutes early, and that's when the Money Stream moderator will come on and we say hello and welcome. If there's a booth with that green thumbs up here in booth, I'll tell people to check that booth out. But it's really just, hi, welcome. We will be getting started on time. I do have the speaker in the Zoom room with me. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. And just, thanks for your patience. And we come in again and maybe just say it one more time. If we see more people coming in the room, you would see that right here. Viewers watching. Yeah, sorry, I didn't really cover that. But this, yeah, you would be able to see how many people are watching. Okay, good. Okay. So you do all of that because we start that 5 minutes early, and then it's finally approaching actually 10:40 a.m. Okay. I'm looking at my clock. I'm like, great. I'm ready to introduce him. No, I have my whole script written out down here, which is what I use. As you can see, this is kind of a lot. This is kind of a mouthful. We're not going to use his whole bio, and that's why I write the script for myself. So I would come on and I'd say, okay, well, he is this. I know he's this. So I'd say, like, I've got Chris, the founder of Training Vest, with me. Maybe I would then include, this seems good. You would pick and choose, like, what's the most important things for me to mention about this person. So, like, what's their current title? If they have X years of experience in the industry, maybe that. If they have books out, if they are frequently appearing on certain news channels or events or shows, stuff like that. But I don't think that we need, like, that he then purchased a seat on the CBOE, and is it like, that's not something that we need to say out loud for this session. So in the interest of keeping it kind of short and sweet and giving them the most time for their presentation as we can allow, we will pick a few things from the bio that they send us, and that's what we use in our actual description. So 10:40 a.m. hits. You're saying, hello, everyone, and welcome to the session. I have Christopher Breccia with me here today. He's the founder of Trading Nest TV. He is a professional trader with over 4 decades of experience trading options, stocks, and futures. And he began his career as XYZ. Now, to our live viewers, if you have questions, feel free to share them in the chat box. If we have time at the end, we'll be sure to get to those during Q&A. And with that all said, Christopher, I'll hand the mic on over to you. I'll be right here if you need me, and the floor is all yours. And that's like my generic script that I use for everything. But I will totally send that to you. Yeah, absolutely, I will. We're going to go over this again. Don't worry. Yeah. We will be going over this again. Yeah. That's the only reason that I'm kind of okay with giving you so much info and also skipping around back and forth a bit right now today, is because I know that you will need a second session of this, and B, I just know that we're going to want to do it again anyway, so maybe James will sit with us for that one or something. But yeah, so that's like my little script. For me, that helps me a lot with just keeping confident, always knowing what I'm going to say. Now, at that point, once, for my script at least, where I say, like, the floor is all yours, at that point, that's where you're going to mute your microphone, make sure that you can see the chat and you can see the speaker's screen, have your Zoom open somewhere on one of your monitors, and you will just kind of stay out of the way, but be there monitoring the chat. Now, everyone is different. Everyone handles moderating differently. If you want to be like me and go totally balls to the wall, super in it, then that means that you will have all of these tabs open. That's the virtual platform, blah, 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 the Zoom. And that means you're also going to start opening things like the speaker's website, Amazon.com, if they've written books. And this is, again, depending on how into it you want to get. But if you are like me, what I do is I'm listening throughout their whole presentation. And when they mention that they released this book on X date, I go and I pull the link to that off Amazon and I send it in the chat. If they mention that a specific ticker on this, I will put those letters into the chat. That's the ticker symbol is going to be like 3 letters usually or something. If they are mentioning XYZ on their website, I will put the link to their website into the chat. That's what I do. Not everyone does that. For example, like, some people, they are moderating, but like, I do this and I moderate, and everyone else knows this, and this is the reason that so many people then ask me to be their moderator. But everyone knows I moderate, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm not moderating and also, like, sending out all of my other emails. I'm just moderating. Like, I am focused on that task, and so that's why I go above and beyond for that task. But for example, Sam will be moderating, and he is also working on the Reg book for Las Vegas or something at the same time. So, like, when he's moderating, he is there to watch the, he'll keep an eye out for the chat, but he's not listening to the speaker present because he has other work. He's doing his other work. So if you're gonna go and be above and beyond and be like opening up the speakers pages and stuff during every session and keeping it, then um, you know, keep in mind that that is going to make it a lot harder for you to then take on additional tasks on the side. And vice versa, if you're going to be doing hosting and you're also going to be doing all of your follow-up at the same time, there's not a person on this planet that I know who is capable of fully taking in information that's being spoken to you while you are writing about something else. I just don't know that that's something any human's capable of. Multitasking is not like that's not multitasking. That's entirely two different things. So yeah, if you're going to be getting other work done while you're hosting, just make sure to remember to keep checking in and like keep a headset on so that you can, keep it on and turned up loud, because it's going to be easy for you to miss if they go, "Oh, hey, Madison." They might have to call you a second time. They're just doing their presentation and their slides aren't moving, and you just want to like make sure that you have, like, don't keep it minimized, because if you're just watching on the platform, there's the delay on there. I know I have us minimized, but like you have multiple screens, right? So it's like keep it up on one, just like this. Like keep it up on one of your screens because there's a delay. So if something's going wrong, you want to be able to quickly find out, and so that you can say to them, "Oh, hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. We need you to like restart your screen share because it's not working," or something like that. Because that stuff does happen. And we have had, it sucks because these are great, incredible employees. But we have had instances in the past where, someone's been moderating and they just kind of didn't take it as seriously as their other tasks. And so we had the speaker being like, "What's like, hello, I'm waiting for you. uh I'm ready to answer questions. Hello, is anyone can you hear me?" And then and then they're fine. "Oh, hi, so sorry about that. Yes, let's." And it's like, okay, but that was like a solid, like, people in the chat making comments about it. Like, we just don't want that to be happening. So it's just do try to keep in mind, if you're moderating and you're doing other work on the side, humans are not capable of keeping track of such different information at the same time. So you have to do something that will remind you to keep checking on that Zoom call and to keep listening in. Just if that's like a reminder on your phone, if that's something popping up on your screen, if that's like a literal sticky note that you've put next to your keyboard, whatever it is, just to remind you to keep, okay, I'm sending this email, quick, go back and look at this. Okay, good. They're looking good. Screens are moving. Okay, good. Going back to sending this email. Oh, I need to come back and make sure the chat's okay. Okay, everything's okay. So yeah, multitasking is possible, but only if you really keep on top of yourself for it and make sure that you keep coming back and checking those things out. It's there's a yeah, that's the one awkward live stream moment that I will say it is avoidable. Other ones are, it is what it is. Someone's mic isn't working, or like, or we don't know how to pronounce a word. We got to learn as we go. But um, yeah, if you are moderating, pretty please pay attention to your Zoom call. Don't take your headset off. Don't rush to the bathroom in the middle of the session thinking that it's going to be fine. If you need to leave and take your headset off, you need to let someone know so that they can sit in for you, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do get a little break in between. So yeah, it's like 20 minutes typically, 20 minutes break between each session. Yes, and I often need to pop to the loo, so I do get that. So yeah, it's a if you are in the middle of a session and you need to run to the restroom or just anything, something pops up or maybe you need to take a call, whatever it is, you just let someone else know. Like typically, if you just let Debbie know, either she will listen in or she'll find someone. And that's really what it is we just need someone else to put the headset on and be listening in. And then you'll be fine. But yeah, it's not like you can't get up, but it's just important to make sure someone is always paying attention to it. And we do get those 20 minutes breaks, thank goodness. Yeah. So again, I know it's a lot. We will go over it all again, but I think that's probably enough for today just because I don't want to overwhelm you with too much else. We'll end it with, we made it go live stream, right? Before you end the Zoom call, you do want to just click stop live